Hey, what is going on, mini lads, and welcome back to Comic Studio. In the previous video, we already talked about the situation about for some sort of like these, and I cannot believe this isn't gonna be probably exist for some sort of an unknown thing as well. That the reason why that username was being account deleted, including with those two of them, have been completely deleted as well. That is unknown reason for this ban invasion. And I cannot believe this isn't going to be for some sort of an unknown reason. And I finally completely refounded him as the illustrative fan. Comic Studio was having a new banner as well. That turns out that switching to the Bluestreak Ruffles, even for that, it's not actually for quite for a thing as well. And as we found out, as we searched for Z Yellow Comic Studio, that wasn't probably exist anymore for some sort of all sprites aren't probably exist in Z Yellow and Z Yellow Episode 1 Comic Studio. And probably I have found it over here for some sort of turn into a Vocaloid version. That wasn't going to be kind of real as well. But things are not going to be started brain rotting itself for literally for one time. And I wouldn't believe that we just actually find it right over here as well. But we'll be absolutely seeing this whenever it goes. It was from Bluestreak Ruffles Comic Studio. And we're now able to be seeing for just for literally for the first time as well. So I do not believe that there are no comics or no comments posted for around for those things as well, since it absolutely was completely terminated. But I pretty absolutely having a little bit here for whatsoever as well. So we're not going to be reviewing for some user comics, but we never guess. This is absolutely Bluestreak and his friends in Brazil versus the top hat guys from an anime guy for unknown guys as well. But nothing is absolutely like this thing as well. But unknown for some sort of an unknown protest could be for unknown for it to do this is what it goes for around here. So this is his website for even for it to do this as well. This link will be absolutely standing against for unknown reasons. There are credits, a lot of them as well, for some sort of many usernames. Could be pretty a lot of like those things as well. Even it's absolutely a whole bunch of kind of internet searches for some sort of a lot of them as well. And it's absolutely going for around for the sites as well for around right over here as well. It was owned by Aula Alex Buggers, and probably the credits could be absolutely the same as well. And it's absolutely maintained by Bluestreak Iveco, Angel 0815 Asian 8, Azo 8, Melofox 7381, and Bob Fan 69. Thankfully, it was absolutely finally around itself for the usernames. There are multiple accounts of usernames for it to do this, in respect for around a whole bunch of characters, and usernames could be for like these things as well. Especially, there must be the kids pack from right over here for literally for any things of some of the kinds of guys over here. There's others contains for multiple of characters, and the fan characters could be only one for some sort of the Among Us plushie as well, and literally more other kinds of some kind of stuff as well will be for some sort of craziness as well. Small ones, a little bit big ones, I am not probably sure. That must be for some sort of like these things. And some kind of, it's not the based of the game. This is where it's absolutely based off for an unknown thing from an internet videos that we came from. And oh, that must be for some sort of a lot of stuff as well. Baldi's basics versions, or some sort of a little bit for these things as well. It's not gonna be for. There's only one for Baldi's cake and presents, and literally have any more for some sort of like those things. And it was from water, like those things from some sort of crocodile series. And the Mega Hog Challenge, and probably another one, the Bee Swarm Simulator, and more some sort of snacks and logos could be for around here, and probably some sort of a little bit more for some, like the cards, additional cards as well, that included around for this day. Without some sort of like things that we further do, that must be for a blender as well. I'm not pretty sure. So that must be absolutely weapons and literally many more for some sort of like these. Brazilian images be like, and could be for around a homosexual thing as well. So another one could be for the effects, could be for like these things as well for some sort of a statement. And finally, the backgrounds, it goes out for the same thing. It could be even as possible. There must be the same images from the foreigner images as well. That could be for some sort of images around from the States. It looks probably like the United States for around of like this. And I cannot believe it has a lot of images as well. Even throughout, for just like many of them could be literally as possible. So there was still plenty of things to go, and probably it's just like for other kinds of multiple locations around here, and probably still throughout here as many more as well. It's gonna be taking for a little bit for pretty much as well, but it wasn't just like American roads. But looks like them as absolutely having for a little bit different background images back in some sort of a 2007. And we're gonna be restoring like things as well for some sort of like this. And that must be for some sort of residents who are believed that I just never able to be finding what I'm just trying to do. There could be for some sort of the Scratch Blue Pact, and probably there's Mixels and Helena and Friends, and probably having a little bit more for very much as well, and PS2 multi-loaders as well, and finally for some other kinds of these things as well. Probably there might absolutely be user submitted sprites over here, because I guess I absolutely going to be trying to find out what else. And there's nothing over here except Goopy. Could be for accepted for around for some sort of other kinds of things. There are no submitted sprites, but we're trying to restore for one thing is going to be the full results like these. We might absolutely going to be showing up for some user comics, could be even probably as well. So later in the future, but I'm not pretty sure it's going to be too late for some sort of before October 14. Before we're going to be reviewing some comics for pretty sure as well, I have definitely restored one of these things as well for some sort of characters, including some kind of background images and a whole bunch of stuff. As you might get to be seeing here for this thing, instead of a mouse cruiser, you might definitely see I have restored something the same as the video that I just probably uploaded for pretty much as well. And I definitely never remembered for some sort of like those things, but I guess what? I have probably added for some kind of a little bit of racist things as well for some sort of images as well. So we couldn't able to be finding around for the feed settings as well. Let's just reviewing for some Bluestreak Ruffles comics, starting with new ones, but eventually this content for some sort of like this wasn't be absolutely like the stolen stuff as well. Instead of the yellow, could be for literally like these. And let's go for the top ratings called Alsler Animations. It could be right over here. And there must be a new banner over here, and many bunch of stuff, and some kind of like this. We're gonna be trying to start to going to do first, and this, and probably for some sort of reviewing for these things as well. It's gonna be 5 out of 10 beyond of like anybody of these things as well. It could be from. We really think this isn't gonna be look like this. Unknown memes as well, but I cannot believe this is actually for some kind of rated as well. So let's head it down to the oldest one as well. So this isn't going to be for searching around here. So I'll be finding out what is going on around here. So this is absolutely the first thing. It could be actually what I never found out. It's not going to be fitted into these a frame map board as well. So let's start it around here first in the frame map board. Could be for any kinds of unknown characters, some kind of Brazilian characters outside like those things. Probably Brazilian images be like. And for some sort of like these things as well. I might gonna be searching this probably in the future videos. It was probably part of the series. It's not probably existed like these. It was probably added by Bluestreak Iveco. Could be still absolutely added for this day. And I certainly, as I scroll down, for some sort of like these things as well. So, and anything gets taken down, Melvin shortly gets banned, said into the description. So, even like this wasn't actually for, I don't know. I added for some sort of like those things for some kind of projects, was being removed throughout for many situations for to do this as well. So the scratch has been for being removed from all of anything as well. So I'm probably before we're gonna be end of this video. So we added and restore some kind of things whenever I just found out for some sort of Puyo stuff as well. Probably added Ringo, Harpy, Draco, Marley. Even it's not gonna be Rosetta as well. There's Ali over here, and I probably added Carbuncle, and I didn't remember for some sort of character as well. Maybe I should still definitely go and remember this as well. Rului is absolutely for some sort of inside of that kitchen as well. So that was probably it as well. Until it's gonna be in the description down below as pretty much as well. So if you're going to be discovered really fast, the link is going to be in the description below. The old one as a Brazilian thing could also link in the description. It's not going to be link in the description. It should be able to look at the cards around in the top when beginning of this video for pretty much as well. Make sure the link is going to be in description before it's going to be taken down again. Including the main website, might going to be sued soon as well. But I guess you may still absolutely browse some comics whatsoever. Thanks for watching, for all your support, as I'm going to be signing off, and I'll talk to you mini lads and Comic Studio users all later. But please don't dislike anything that you pretty want to be taken down as well. That's somebody who actually going to be reported. But don't do that against him as his own for one purpose.